Welcome to the Safe Bar Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Derek.
Dominic.
We are currently on episode 141, and we are rocking this episode solo once again. We have a few golf food-related competitions. We'll cover some golf news and much more. Dom, episode 141. We talked about doing this last week and thought it was a cool idea. So
yeah, my favorite part is as I was leaving, you're like, hey, let me know if you get anybody. I took that as I'm not going to toast anybody.
We're just going to do this one together. So we have we got some pizza rolls here that we've cooked up today. We got a couple different golf competitions for the pizza rolls.
It's hard for me not to just like,
I know, but we gotta hold off for just a few minutes. We'll see how long this episode is. We got we have a few talking points that kind of some of the golf stuff that happened over the last few days. Top golf stuff. Matt Kuchar, of course, everyone's been talking about that. I think it's kind of interesting, and I definitely want to pick Dom's brain on that because I feel like he kind of did make a good point. We talked about it just briefly, and then of course our competitions that we're gonna go through here in just a little bit, and then I had some other like random weird golf questions like related with food that I'd like to ask you. So
I like food.
Perfect couple of combinations. Let's just get right into it here. Again, I don't know how long this episode's going to be, but we're just going to wing it, which is totally cool with us. So Top Golf, there's been some recent news. They're conducting a strategic review of the golf-focused restaurant concept.
So before we get too into it,
yeah,
do you think they would close?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's hard to say. I mean, they're owned by it's Callaway,
right?
So it's a huge company. I think just when I posted something about it, and I like Top Golf, I think it's great, but there's definitely some things that could be better, and I definitely want to ask you like some of the things you might want to change. But a lot of people are talking about how the economy is already everything's gone up, so of course they've had to raise their prices. Totally understand that, but I think just as like in general, if you were to run the company and be the CEO, like what are some things that you might do differently? So it sounds like they're trying to do some different strategic moves. This was according to Oliver Brewer, who is the CEO of the company, and this was in an article from the restaurant business, but essentially they're saying that they're still sticking around. They're just trying to kind of
rework it.
Yeah. See if there's anything differently that they can do. With that being said, Dom, like just right off the top, if we're talking like, obviously this is all kind of based off of money generating revenue, not losing money.
Right.
But if you were the CEO and I kind of was interviewing you, what are some things that from your experience, because you've been to Top Golf, so I'd like to, obviously I have some opinions as well, but like what are some of the things that like maybe strike you that like I don't like this or I really like this?
So I guess I'll start by saying I'm not a huge fan of Top Golf, and I guess to me they come off as this place that is designed for golfers and stuff like that. I don't feel like that's the case per se. Like the games are fun and everything, but I don't feel like you go there to do golf stuff,
like to practice.
Right. And I feel like, I actually had a conversation with one of my buddies a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, like I'd bring my clubs to Top Golf, but I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. And I'm like, yeah, I'll tease you for being that guy.
I've been that guy. But it's a question that people bring up.
Right. And you can, but I'm like, if I'm going to bring my clubs, then I want to do something practical with them. Do you feel like you do anything practical at Top Golf?
So that's a good question.
Like in terms of, I guess, you go to the range and bring it. So actually, funny enough, in the group chat, Lalo's like, hey, I've been chipping with this club, but I don't play it in my game or in my bag. And everyone's like,
put it in the bag, bro.
Why the fuck not? Like, put it, like, if you're practicing with it, put it in the bag, play your rounds with it. Are you going to Top Golf to improve?
That's a good question. I think depending on the atmosphere and the event, because I've gone to like some work related events, like more or less just casual, eat food, hang out. Then I won't bring. The only thing I will bring is a golf glove
because I don't even do that.
I can't play golf without a golf glove.
I don't even do that.
So that is the one thing I will always bring if I remember. But yeah, it depends on the environment. I will say that I don't really go to Top Golf, like you mentioned, to practice.
Exactly.
So it's a good point.
I guess that's my issue is it's kind of marketed to being this thing where it's like, hey, come hang out, come play, whatever. To me, it's like a Dave and Buster's, but with golf clubs. And I think that's what it should be marketed as. That being said, I can already see people DMing me like, "Hey Dom, you're wrong. Don't care. Fuck you, Greg." Um, to me, it's one of those things. I love you, Greg. I hope your kid comes out really nice. I hope he watches that and sees us. Um, to me, it's just one of those things where it's like it should be an atmosphere where you go meet up with friends, have drinks, eat some food, maybe you play the Angry Birds or whatever the games are. I don't think it's a place that is attractive to golfers per se.
I wouldn't disagree. I think I have had people that have asked me like for example, the people that are trying to get into the game of golf. I think it's a great starting point though. I would argue that like it's a very with the atmosphere being
Mhm,
like you go to a golf course and you already have pressure behind you with
mhm,
people like so you're already like freaking out. So if you
yeah,
go to Top Golf, you don't need to bring your own clubs. You don't have to buy your own clubs, which is nice.
mhm,
But you can go there with like I'm here with whoever I want to be in this bay. I don't have to worry about people behind me,
right.
and I can just have fun and have a good time. So I like that concept of
I
like helping
would
beginners.
I would argue your concept with me saying it's cheaper to play 9 holes of golf at an executive course.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It definitely is. But again, I'm just going to the point where like some people might not understand like, you get to an executive or a par three course and all of a sudden four other people stroll up right behind you. And like that suddenly might just like really throw a dagger into some people like that are just starting. Because one, it would kind of suck for the person that's right,
Right.
in behind.
Yeah.
So like I get what you're saying.
I guess I'm confused on what you're saying because now you have everybody who plays golf staring at you, hitting a golf ball.
I'm just saying, like, if it's somebody who has never played before and like
Right.
they're like,
To
"Hey,
me,
I
to
don't
me,
know where
there's
to go play," and
to
I have
me, there's pressure either way. Because I guess if you've never played before, are you going to go play alone?
no, but
So
like,
you're going to go with your buddy who probably knows where to play, who you could probably share your clubs with.
yeah, even though like most courses they have it strictly on the rules, like can't share clubs, you have to have individual
I
clubs.
mean, we're
But
also
again,
we're also not supposed to,
no, I know, bring
you
your
know,
own snacks. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
I get that, and I see your point. But my like what I'm saying is that if somebody comes up to me and says, "Hey, yeah, I don't know where to play. I've never played, but I want to get into it,"
Mhm.
that might not be a bad avenue to be like, you could try Top Golf
Yeah.
because you don't have to buy clubs; they'll provide them for you. There's drinks, food, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But with that being said, here comes the price tag.
That's my biggest pet peeve is it's so expensive.
It is, especially on the weekends.
That to me is like the big thing with golf, right? Is we're trying to scream exclusivity, scream play golf, scream play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone's like, oh yeah, let's go to Top Golf. And I'm like, it's so expensive.
Price
Like
has definitely shot up.
and like the food's not great, but it's expensive.
The food isn't too bad, but yeah, for the price, I definitely
Like you might as
would
well
agree.
sneak in your own food. Fuck it, keep it
And
in
drink,
spirit.
just have
Yeah.
them in your bag. Just
Yeah.
bring your whole bag.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you bring your bag, right?
I'm still gonna tease you.
Until they,
Because now,
until they give you a nice cold beer
yeah.
and a snack.
The issue, the issue is your ice cold beer would be an IPA, and
I'd make sure I bring you one
I'd
that's
be
not.
pissed.
Yeah. But to your point, yes, the price is it's not cheap. I do like that they have an app where you can do you can look at tee
Yeah.
times. So like it depends on when you go. But again, not to like
I think so not to like completely bash Topgolf. I think what they do well is create a really fun atmosphere.
yes.
I think that is more fun than you taking your buddy to like the local simulator bar, or simulator lounge or whatever you guys
Mhm.
have. Um, the atmosphere is super fun. You walk in, the staff, at least when I've been there, I've only been there twice. Staff's super friendly. They're very welcoming. They kind of walk you through everything. Um, and it's a very fun atmosphere. It's very fun. It's a party. But then you get that check and you're like, oh, was it worth that party?
So yeah, the advantage would be bring several people, but the disadvantage would be 'cause you
No,
split it up, but now you're getting
playing less. Yeah.
exactly. But yes, you do. It is definitely more of a glorified, like an amusement park for adults, almost in a sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kid friendly too for the most
Oh
part,
yeah.
but um, but
I
not to.
do I do like that it is like winter friendly too. Because I remember when it first opened here, everyone was like, well, how's it gonna work in the winter? Because it's open air. And for those of you who don't know, it snows and it gets cold here.
Really cold, especially when the wind is like right,
Right at your face.
yeah.
I like that the bays are heated. It seems like they're very well thought out and put together. I just think they're too expensive for like what they are, unless you're like, hey, have XYZ. Like the only time I ever went, like the first time I went was I threw a bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me. I was the best man. Um, and I'm like, that's the only time I really want to go. And then when you're like, hey, we're gonna go for free and the food's free, I was like, fuck it. Like I'm down for that. I don't think I'd ever be like, hey, let's go to Top Golf and drop $400.
Yeah. Okay, so the other knock I think is the golf balls. People don't really like the golf balls, which
I mean,
is old and used. You have to have a certain style of golf ball.
well, exactly. Like to me, that's not.
And the clubs though itself.
Like to me, I'm like, you're gonna have people abuse the clubs. Why spend the money? The golf balls have to be that way. Otherwise, what's the point of having all these screens everywhere? Just go to a driving range, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said,
That's kind of what I'm saying though about it not being very like golfer. That and I just feel like golfers are very petty and pampered. Would be a great way to put it. Because how many people have you met? It's like, oh, it's not a Pro V1. I'm not going to hit it.
I mean, there's definitely those players that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is something that we can work together on trying to, I mean, what's one thing that you
Let's
might
boycott Top Golf and take down the patriarch.
well, like what is something that you would like to see change? I mean, obviously price is going to be the main thing, but there's got to be some other maybe things that might make
I guess
you feel more golf, like more comfortable in a golf setting.
I guess if so, like yeah, price is the big thing. I guess if they elevate everything to make it worth the price, I'm all for it, right? Like if you're like, damn, that food is banging, the drinks are banging, everything was so fun. Got 3 hours for the price of it used to being an hour. If they can make the price worth it, great, cool. Grass Top Golf. I guess what I would do is, I hate to say it, but like maybe make it smaller.
Smaller.
Yeah, because
I feel like some people want to make it larger, but yeah, I mean, smaller is going to be better for them because it's going to let
right. You might be a little bit. The hard part is I guess I'll never view it as a place for like golfers to practice. And granted, maybe it shouldn't be, but the issue is I think people view it as a way to go practice.
I think there's definitely a select group that does that because I think you can get like a membership there and it's good for like, when you're
I think
spring and fall,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? You can go during the week. So I think that there's advantages.
I still feel like it'd be cheaper to go to like your local simulator
or just a driving range.
Well, right, but I'm talking like if it's for us and it's like the winter, or like early spring, late fall, it's cheaper to just go to a simulator, hit your own clubs, hit your own balls. Yeah, you don't get the party and the food and everything, but it's like, well, congrats, you use your own equipment, maybe you accomplish something, whether you're working on your grip or whatever. Because when I go to Topgolf, I don't care.
Yeah, you're just more this for the atmosphere to have.
Oh yeah, not like when we went, I'm like, cool, I get to see Derek. Congrats, I got to see you're number one. And I got to see Ryan. I got to see Ben.
Yeah,
like
a bunch of dudes.
Yeah,
just having a good time.
Yeah, I'm like
dudes being dudes.
Well, that's what it was. A bunch of dudes. Then we're all eyeing over Ben's swing.
Yeah.
Oh damn, what a guy. But like that's what it should be, and I don't feel like it's marketed that way.
What if they had it'd be kind of cool, like I don't know the game, but like at like a county fair or whatever, where you throw the ball and it's got those like little fuzzy dudes where you like hit it and it knocks down. They should be like have like a car or like different things where it could cross around the range, so you can actually try to like have like actual real life targets because they have obviously the big
right
rings or circles for
the rings.
Like that'd be kind of cool to like have like some sort of like different, unique.
I just feel like it's one of those things where it's like just not very interesting. After like you go once, like I don't want to first opened here, it was like a big deal. Everyone's like, oh, we gotta go to Top Golf. And I'm like, the fuck is Top Golf? And then I went the first time and I was like, granted, I was drunk when I walked in. And I was like, this isn't that great.
See, for me personally, like I've never really had a bad experience with the food, with the hospitality. I think everything is really good.
I think everything's fine.
Yeah.
Like I think my issue is just like the food for the price.
That
right? Like we have 20 pizza rolls in here. Derek has 20. What did you pay for the bag of 50?
Like $3 or $4.
Top Golf would sell these for like $15.
Probably.
And they just cook them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing too is it kind of sucks for left-handed golfers.
Oh, Brendan's pissed. Brendan, let's start
See?
boycotting Topgolf and take
See?
down the patriarchy.
See, I'm still looking out for lefties, and I also, which I think they purposely do this, but like the tees for the driver,
Mhm.
like it's only a certain height. Like they don't have the longer tees, but I think it's because people will hit it way over the.
Oh, sure.
And there is a net, obviously, way back there, but the
Sure, they
if you're
do
trying to
that.
practice though hitting a driver,
Right.
some people like to tee it up a little higher, not the little baby tee like
Right.
this big.
Yeah, no,
but
I'd tee mine.
that's-
I'd tee mine pretty high.
But that's what, yeah. So like that's one thing. I think they've started to get it where you can get higher tees, but I haven't seen that since I've been there.
I haven't been there since we went in the fall.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
I've been there a few times since. So like again, we're not bashing Top Golf, but I just wanted your take on that because,
I'm ready to take them down.
especially for the lefties.
Yeah, Brennan, I got you, big guy.
Okay, so
Duff Daddy.
These pizza rolls are definitely probably cooled off
Or
by
Daddy
now. So
Duff.
they're Daddy Duff, yeah.
Daddy Duff.
We're gonna dig into these here in just a few minutes, but
Well, would that make Brian Mama Duff?
or Brother Duff,
I like Mama Duff.
Mama Duff.
Mama
I don't know
Duff.
if he likes that.
Duff Mama. Brian probably likes it.
Probably guy doesn't matter. He's just always content.
Yeah.
There's our sidekick. There's our dog right there.
Sidekick.
My sidekick. Come over here. There's a dog.
I was like, that's definitely not my sidekick.
That's not my dog.
My sidekick is like 40 pounds.
That is like a little like pizza roll right there. Like it's just like the same size. Look.
No, she gone.
Okay, so Matt Kuchar, we talked about this Wyndham Championship. I actually got to witness most of it towards the. I mean, I saw the last part of it, which was kind of what everyone's been talking about. So Matt Kuchar, they're on the 17th hole, getting ready to tee up on the 18th hole, and Aaron Rai, I could be wrong. Aaron Rai, yes, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He won his first PGA Tour event.
Congrats.
Yeah,
one more than I'll ever win.
Yes. And he was on the 18th hole in the fairway, and Matt Kuchar just decided to go ahead and tee it up and let it rip right before he hit his second shot. So there was a lot of questions related to that. As normally there's, I mean, we've been to 3M Open. Obviously, there's a lot of cameras, microphones. There's a lot of stuff going on. So there was no indication to let him know that they were still in the fairway. So he let it rip. And then there was some talk saying that he wanted to hurry up and tee off because he wanted to finish playing the round. This is the final round. So he tees it up, hits it while they're still, getting ready to hit their second shot, and then he ends up hitting it left. I believe it was in the rough. And the player that was next to him was Max Graserman, and I apologize if I'm butchering his name, but he had a crazy roller coaster round towards the end. I was mentioning, I believe he had an eagle on a par 4, and then right after that, I think he got a quad bogey. So he was in contention to win, and then he was all over the place.
He grenaded.
Yeah, and ended up finishing tied for second, or finishing second place. But anyway, there was a lot of heat and a lot of talk about Matt Kuchar's decision to decide not to finish out the 18th hole, so he would have to come back and play on Monday. And we're all trying to figure this out at the same time while it's live. There was no horn, and they played a lot of golf that day. It looked light from my vantage point, but and that's kind of what they said as well. And so basically he said, nope, I'm going to mark my ball and I'm going to call it good, as Aaron Rai had already won. So this is going into the FedEx playoffs.
So before you get too into it, I know he marked the ball.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it'd be really funny if a bird stole it over me.
You're right. Well, yeah, it's like, where did I mark it? Because my tee's gone and my marker's gone.
So in my mind, I'm like, does he mark with a tee or does he pull out a ball marker?
No, it's like a tee.
So in my mind, it's a ball marker, and the bird swoops down and takes it to its net.
Two-stroke penalty.
And now it's not even.
And now he's. But going back to my point,
golfer or something took it.
He's like, I can't figure out where my ball is. So, but he wasn't in contention to make the FedEx playoffs. He wasn't really gonna. There was a chance, I think, that if he birdied, he could make an additional $20,000. So that's an expensive birdie. That's an expensive birdie. But and he's had a career close earnings of almost $60 million. So it's not like the guy doesn't have money. But again, that's his money. It's not really our choice to decide for him. It was just more or less.
We also don't know, because he could gamble everything away like Michael.
And Phil. Granted, he quit
I
now.
forgot about Philly. I just thought of Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Well, he's a big gambler, that's for sure. But there was a lot of talk on social media. I posted it on social media. It wasn't necessarily bashing him. It was more or less like, what the heck did we just watch?
Mhm.
There was really no insight on what had happened. And of course, we talked about how Matt Kuchar tipped a local caddy $5,000
Mhm.
after winning first place in 2018 and won nearly $1.3 million. So he's already been off to a bad start, right? So there's just so many people bashing him. So apparently he did kind of apologize for making everyone go back out because pretty much there was people that had to come back and
Mhm.
watch him finish up. So he played an extra day, and so the the he basically was saying that he wanted to make a point, or he wanted to set an example to Max to let him know like he did not have to finish even though he finished. So I can't wait to hear people's take on this because again I know he doesn't have the best track record, but Dom kind of made some good points, and I want to hear you out of like your thoughts because you didn't get a chance to like actually like see it live, but you kind of like saw what's going on.
I saw it all on social media.
Yeah.
I saw the clips of him on Monday nearly chipping in for birdie. And then I didn't understand what was going on because I was like, what the hell just happened? Um, I mean, you and I kind of talked about it beforehand, and you're a little bit more passionate about this than I am. I feel like the PGA fucked up. I feel like the PGA had a miscommunication, and this is Kuchar being like, okay, I'll do it. You gave me the option. Why wouldn't you do it? Um, I also feel like the PGA is also this hoity-toity, we do everything right type organization, as we've seen with like the Live versus PGA stuff,
Yep.
and Jay Monahan and everything. Um, I feel like this was kind of Matt being petty, and I love it. Um, just because I do feel like the PGA feels like they can do no wrong and that their shit don't stink. And
Well, there was like I mentioned, like there it sounds like there was no sound of a horn, but they
so,
gave them he gave that the PGA
right.
gave them the
So,
opportunity.
like we were talking about earlier, why would you give him the opportunity if the lights is still on? There's no inclement weather like approaching, and there's no horn. Like if you're not going to blow the horn, why say, "Hey, you can either finish up or you can play,"
Mhm.
or I'm sorry, you can finish up or you can wait.
Yeah. And resume play the next day.
If that's me, I'm like, well, fuck you, I'll wait.
I want to get that big check though right away. I don't want to wait.
Well, I mean, either way,
No,
you get the big check.
no, that's true. But like he said, he's like, I was trying to make it a point for this Max because Max was, I believe he finished second.
Okay.
So he was, I think, saying like, hey, if you don't feel comfortable finishing where we're at right now, that's okay. Go ahead and finish tomorrow. I'm fine with that. Granted, again, Max finished out without him, and so here we are Monday. Well, not here, but they were the show up Monday, and he
Mhm.
plays, not even a full hole, just finishes up 18 and ended up parring it. So he won, I think, like $120,000 total, which is it's a nice payday.
More than I made.
Yeah, but it's like, well, again, he doesn't have the best track record, so I can
I
see where
just,
there's a lot of.
yeah, like
But I like your points about the
I like
PGA.
I
think
get the
there's.
pushback. I get that he's not always, maybe not the nicest person, or maybe not the most generous person.
Yeah,
Could be better.
I don't think like people have said he's like. I mean, actually, I shouldn't say that. I saw him at the Three Open, saw him.
Mhm.
I followed him for a little bit because he was like second to last
Yeah.
group. So, but I can't.
But I also,
speak on that.
I just feel like the PGA screwed up, and now everybody's trying to flip it on Cooch. I feel like a lot of golfers feel like the PGA is always the right, or in the right versus in the wrong. We saw that when Liv was starting. I think I'm on record saying I don't know if it'll work, but we didn't know anything,
Mhm.
and now we're looking at like what Liv and is doing versus PGA. I'm like, the Liv looks way more fun. The players seem way more happier, and the fans seem to enjoy it. I just feel like golfers and golf fans feel like the PGA is like sacred, and I don't think it should be. Because you love the Vikings.
Yep.
Do you feel like the NFL never does anything wrong?
No, that's definitely they've done wrong stuff. Yeah.
Right, but I feel like people look at the PGA and go, nope, they're always right. They're always correct.
I think the problem is that PGA has such a rich history, and people don't want to change that.
Well,
And that's the biggest hurdle, I think.
I think that's my issue though, is like the football's literally changing.
Yeah.
Baseball has literally changed over the last 2 years, and it's grown
The better.
exponentially. Even hockey. And like obviously we're in the state of hockey. Hockey is a big deal here.
Though. We suck.
So do the Vikings, but here you are.
Yeah, that's true.
But
we're not the state of football.
We're not the state of shit.
So.
But it's like I feel like the PGA, like if you change anything, people are like, "Oh, that's stupid. It's wrong." And it's always the guys who play like 2 rounds a year that are most vocal. You have to change things for the better. So in a weird way, I feel like this is Kuchar saying, "Well, you guys screwed this up. Here, you made your bed, lay in it," type deal.
Yeah.
I don't think if like I guess if I part of me is like, damn, maybe he didn't want to finish, but then the other part of me is like, I bet you if they didn't say anything, he would have finished.
Well, and that's what the interesting part was. Like he teed up on 18 as if like
his intent was to finish.
Yeah, he wanted to finish before there was horns. But I was trying to find clarity on that, and there wasn't a whole lot of. I mean, they talked about.
I'm confused. Like, was there bad weather coming?
No, there was. I think there was bad weather previously, so they played a lot of holes that day, and I think even some on Saturday.
Okay.
So they were all playing. I mean, and they were trying to finish. So, I mean, it was probably 6:30, 7 o'clock here Central Time when they were still playing. So I mean, it was, and normally
kind of late.
Most events get over by like 4 to 5 o'clock our time, So clearly they were playing later than what they were supposed to.
Yeah, but I think the whole thing's confusing. It's really like I think the PGA shouldn't have said anything because then they would have finished and nothing would have happened and we wouldn't be talking about this.
Yeah. It was just so bizarre because it's one of the like more wilder things I've seen in recent years, like live.
Oh yeah,
because like because they were in the same boat. Like, what is going on? And then
I just think people like hold the PGA to like this holy grail level standard, and I'm like, really, it's run by a guy that nobody really seems to like. So why would you hold it to this high thing? Like, why don't you equate it to the NFL Roger Goodell or like the MLB with people like Adam Silver?
I like him.
The players like Adam Silver.
I like him too.
I'm more or less leaning towards like leagues where people don't like the commissioner.
Oh, sure.
Like people hate Rob Manfred because the Astros cheated. Yeah. Astros cheated. He's like, oh, it's just a chunk of metal.
Seriously, that's a bunch of bogusness. That would make
that's a bunch of bullshit.
That makes me want to just cheat. Like, is whatever way I can find to figure a way out.
I don't know if you remember this, but when the next season after they got caught cheating, players got suspended for throwing at the Astros.
I remember. I feel like I do remember.
So there were more suspensions given for that than the Astros got for actually cheating.
Yeah, that's sad. Okay, to the fun stuff. So,
hold on. Oh, do you think you could cheat in golf and get away with it on the PGA Tour?
I mean, I'm sure there's people that have done it, but it's very difficult, especially
because you're always being watched.
Yeah. Well, and they've talked about. I think like there's been like the Tiger Woods in the Masters when he hit. Like, there was I forget what happened, but it was when he like dropped the ball. But after he had to take a drop, there was like he ended up getting like an additional penalty, I believe, whatever it was. But yeah, you're in this like you're not only are you being watched by PGA Tour rules officials, but now people can call in and say, hey, I just saw this. So they're trying to ban that. But yes, I think it's very difficult. Maybe if you're like a nobody that's just, I mean, maybe you have a decent shot at it.
I think you and I could cheat on the tour. Because who's going to follow us?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're like kind of a nobody, but I feel like the integrity of the game, it's like
I get it.
But yeah, as you were saying, you can probably get away with it. I'd imagine.
I want to learn how to cheat on the PGA Tour.
I want to learn all the rules. That's the thing. There's so many stupid rules.
I feel like a lot of the rules are
so ridiculous.
Not even ridiculous, but it's like, how would you enforce like the ball height thing? It's like, what is too high?
Well, now it's anything below the knee has to be dropped. But again, it's like,
well, what if you're taller?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just as long as it's below your knee. But it's like, well, that is taller because I'm 6'8" and I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest one is the stupidest is the freaking hitting a drive down the middle and it lands in a divot. And it's like,
oh yeah, like I'm not even looking to go forward. I'm like, just push, like, let me move it to the side. Which
most of those guys hit it in the same vicinity, so there's clearly going to be multiple divots, especially going throughout the whole weekend.
That's where it's fun playing with people who think like us. Like, when we all played Troy Byrne, do you think Beard would have been like, you got to hit? Beard would be like, dude,
here comes the horn.
Beard would be like, fuck it, dude, just kick it.
Yeah, we don't want freaking break clubs. We're not pros. We're not making money. We're having a good time.
No, nobody sends us clubs either. Send us clubs. I'll hit them.
Yeah. Okay, so the fun stuff. So we talked about this last week, actually a couple weeks, but last week we had mentioned it. So we want to do like a golf food competition.
I don't think we mentioned it on the pod.
We did, but maybe not.
I know think you and I talked about it after because you're showing me TikToks
No,
or reels.
it was a reel. Yeah, we thought it was TikTok. It was a reel.
No, you thought
because
it
I
was
hate TikTok, but in any case,
love it. Dude. I found this really cringy, dude. Oh, I love them.
Okay, so we want to do some like golf food competitions, and so we just came up with a few competitions. They should be pretty easy, but we're gonna do it on air here. So if you're watching,
I'm a little scared.
It's so I
because
was
I
just kinda,
go
like,
I go
thinking,
dumb.
that's the whole point of this. So it's like I feel like I'm gonna do the same thing. Like these are really obvious things that people are like, dude, how did you not know that?
Well, and the
But
worst part is you wrote the question, so you should win. Like
well,
in theory, you should win.
so for the record, I did come up with them like within the last hour and a half, but so like it's not like I had like 3 weeks, but they're really easy like questions for most golf fans. However, we have two different competitions. They're essentially the same concept, but I'm gonna do one first, and then you would do one first. So we're kind of giving it fair
Right.
play, where it's like because then I can just kind of piggyback. We try not to use the same answers, obviously. I mean,
Okay.
but you know what I mean. Like if you like, for example, the first one we're gonna do is name 8 courses before I finish 10 pizza rolls. So I mean, you could Augusta National's obviously a given, but so we'll try to use our own.
I didn't even think of that one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I was trying to think of it. So I originally had it at 10, and then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I think let's just try to be like, because it's not fair for you. Because again, I started about an hour and a half ago. I'm like, I want to at least give him so much. So this is gonna be a little bit more fun for you, or fun for me, whoever, depending how you look at it.
Hey, you know what? Either way, we get to eat pizza.
Yes. And then the next competition is we're gonna name 10 professional golfers. Could be alive, passed away, just
10
professional golfers.
Got it.
Okay.
What about
but we can't include ourselves.
So hold on. Does professional count like Corn Fairy guys?
If you
or like
yeah, if you
maybe
not collegiate because they're not technically professional.
Okay.
But Corn Fairy for
and
sure.
We're talking like LPGA.
Any professional golfer.
Got it. Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
So basically, and I think like just for fun too, I'm gonna start a timer so we can at least see how long it'll take me to finish 10 pizza rolls and you to come up with the questions.
Okay.
So obviously the goal is you want to answer the questions before I finish and vice versa.
You know, like I really regret putting 20 in here because I'm gonna have to count them.
That's why I had them separate, but that's okay.
But then it's like you got to get up and.
Okay. So do you want me to go first or do you want to go first? Or like, do you want to eat first or do you want me to name first?
I want to name first.
You want to name first?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll give you the option. Do you want to do golf courses or professional golf?
Let's do golf courses.
Golf courses. Okay. So Dom has to name 8 golf courses before I finish 10 pizza rolls. I'm going to start the timer and we'll see how quick it.
How fast can you eat these?
I don't know. They're not hot. So we did cook them. They're cooked.
They're not like.
And they're not like cold, but they're probably like room. I mean,
they're a little cold.
They might be a little cold. I baked them a little earlier. But okay. Let's freaking do this. The good news is we shouldn't have any burnt tongues, roof of mouth, or lips.
It's like we end this in our mouth.
Okay, you ready?
No.
All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, go.
The Wilderness, Giants Ridge, Majestic Oaks, Bunker Hills, Augusta, Sawgrass, TPC Twin Cities. Oh, the Ponds. 8. Ponds is in you know where the Ponds is?
St. Francis.
Yep. Dude, I got to 7.
That was really fast.
I got to 7 and was like, holy shit. So I was thinking like
I think I should have did 10.
I was thinking of local courses. Like the reason I didn't think of like Augusta was because I was thinking like courses local.
Which is probably smart. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I had 5.
You had 5 of them in under 15 seconds? I wonder what's more impressive.
Yours is way more impressive, to be honest. Okay, so
dude, I panicked.
Like 16.4 seconds.
Right, but you didn't hit stop right away.
No, it was probably closer to 15. Okay, so so a golf course. Let me just. Do you have a water? You got a water?
I do. I gotta drink a little.
That was pretty cool. That was fun though. I wish I would have done 10 golf courses because I didn't really think of that part of the local side of things.
I only thought of local because I'm like, well, which ones have I played?
The other thing is I'm trying. So this is a new 4Bros shirt. Literally just got in the mail today, and I wore white, which is the worst decision ever with pizza rolls. So I clearly was not using my.
Oh, you can literally change. This is your apartment.
I know, but I don't want to.
Like, I don't
Okay.
have the ability to change.
It's okay. We're good. We're good. Should wear like a paper towel or something.
Oh, you still could.
No, we're going for it.
You might as well
Hopefully I
just
get
throw
like
like
a little something, little souvenir.
John love it.
Yeah, I know.
John and Taco
Yeah.
and Trevor.
For sure. Let's send me out another one if I wanted to. But I did pay for these and I love them. I got the blue, black, and white.
I got the tan one.
And of course, I'm rocking my favorite par 8 golf hat. I love it. So, okay. 8 golf courses. All right, Dom, you ready?
I'm scared. So hold on. Did you start one in your hand?
Yeah, I had it in my
Okay.
hand. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, we have Augusta National. We have Hazeltine Golf Club. We have Half Moon Bay. We have Deer Run Golf Course, Bunker, Majestic Oaks, and TPC Twin Cities Blank.
That's 7.
And I think it's 8, but I didn't count it up, but it's okay. TPC Scottsdale, the stadium course.
I just love that you're like, don't use the same ones as me.
That was no way that was 30 seconds.
No, you suck at this. I can't eat fast. I was dizzy.
Dom's enjoying it. This is a competition. Okay, so you're definitely beat me in the time, but I'd probably definitely beat you on the.
Yeah, I think this is 5.
Okay, so we're both kind of.
Well, my favorite part is you're like, Dom, don't use the same answers as me. And then you
love the bat.
Well, and then you did TPC Plane.
Oh, you do TC Band.
Yeah, and Bunker and Majestic.
To be honest with you, I was so focused on these pizza rolls that I did not. I didn't really even pay attention. You could have named out 4 for all I know.
No, I don't. I named off 7.
We're gonna have to go back.
No, I named off 8 because I got to 7 and I'm like, shit.
Okay, so we're gonna reset. Okay, so this one, this competition is we're gonna name 10 professional golfers before finishing 10 pizza rolls.
I'm gonna suck.
10 professional golfers. That's gonna be tough. I mean, it shouldn't be in retrospect. It should be really easy. But all right, you ready?
Are you ready?
Mark, get set. Go.
All right, girl Gigi, Alex Romo, Tiger, Bubba, Max Kuchar, we just talked about. Shit. What
Cruising.
Why am I blanking? John Daly, Payne Stewart. How many of these do I have to name? Holy shit, dude. This is hard.
My dog is creepily staring.
I think that's what's creeping me out too, is there's an audience. This is the one I knew I'd get stuck on. Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Max Homa. And then what's that one dude with the teeth? The English dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Fitzpatrick. Matt Fitzpatrick.
That was 10.
Dude, them bitches are hard. Holy shit.
58.95 seconds. 10 pizza rolls.
I wonder if that's a record. Not a chance.
No, not even.
Not a
I'm sure
chance.
like 30.
I think they'd be a little easier if they were like a little warm.
I was also didn't want it to be like just foot face stuffed while I'm on this camera.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll stuff it. I don't care.
At the same time, it was and I'm so happy I didn't really eat much today because those are good actually.
When's the last time you had a pizza roll?
A long time. We've talked about doing this for a long time, not necessarily this competition, but doing something pizza roll related.
Yeah, because I want a mini corn dog.
Next time, mini corn dog.
God, mini corn dog is be a pain in the ass.
That would be really difficult. 58.9. It's okay. 10 golfers.
Woo. Try not to use the 10 I did.
I honestly heard Payne Stewart, Ricky, and that's all I heard.
Oh, really?
I was yeah. I'm sure you did 10. I
did 10.
Did you Tiger?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the 2 we've had on.
Oh, you did Gigi. I did hear that one.
I did Gigi and Alex Romo. Oh, because he's technically in the Corn Ferry. Yeah.
Oh, this is
beautiful, man.
Are you? Yeah, he is. Are you ready?
No.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay. The Dom's favorite, Bubba Watson. Tiger Woods. We have Ludwig Abert. Ricky Fowler, of course, that's my guy. Bryson DeChambeau. Dustin Johnson. um, Joakim, no, Joakim. Why am I getting Neiman?
Oh,
Joakim Neiman. Oh my gosh!
I thought you were going to say Joaquin Noah, the basketball player.
Thinking about it. Oh my gosh!
It's hard.
Victor Hovland, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele. Are we seriously that stupid? Gosh, like the two main players this year. And you know what? I feel terrible because I didn't name any female golfers on that. I know you did. And how could you forget about Nelly Korda and Lydia Ko? So there's 12.
Oh, well, I was more GG.
Yeah, no, that was great.
I ate 6.
6? Okay, that's not bad. 54 seconds. I got 5 left. So that was kind of
They're
fun.
good.
They're good. They're just kind of better a little bit. Like, I mean, I prefer them warm, but they're not bad.
I think if they were lukewarm, it'd be better.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if yours is a little bit warmer because your bowl's a little bit more insulated.
You're going to try it, man.
No, I'm good. I got mine.
Okay, since we're eating food, talking about food. So if you could create the ultimate Dom breakfast sandwich. So we're going to a golf course in the morning and you're like, dude, I got to tell you about this new idea I had. I created this breakfast sandwich. And you can order it, right, with this golf course. What would that sandwich consist of? And what's the base? Like, what kind of sandwich is it?
It's like a sandwich?
Whatever. Bagel, muffin.
So I actually am a big fan of croissants.
Those are good too.
So we're going to start with croissant.
Mm-hmm.
I think the base is going to be a hot sauce.
Okay.
Now we got
specific hot sauce?
Tapatio.
Oh, you lost me. Well, speaking of that,
oh god,
what about DP Diamond? What about Dustin Poirier?
I've never had it.
Oh, I thought you had.
No,
You had it.
You've talked about it.
I had. I know. I thought you had it.
I was like, DP. What are we talking about? So hot sauce.
Yep.
We're gonna do scrambled eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna put cheese right on those eggs. So you gotta get that cheese nice and melty.
Specific type of cheese? American.
Okay. Because America. Then we're gonna do some nice crispy bacon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna top it with the other half of the croissant.
Okay.
I'm pretty simple. Although if we're feeling kind of zany, after pizza rolls, we're gonna put a hash brown in there.
Yeah. I like it. A little hash brown action. Okay.
Big hash brown action.
Would it be
like a patty?
Yeah, patty. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Just makes it a little bit cleaner, easier to eat.
I think it's crispier.
That too. So I'm more of a breakfast burrito guy, but I didn't say that.
Yeah.
So I think you'd probably do the breakfast.
I would do a burrito, yeah.
I think.
But you said sandwich. So
I did. So I'm not going to go burrito either because I think we both decide to choose that. So I'm going to do a sausage, bacon, and cheese egg McMuffin. So got your muffin, sausage, crispy nice bacon. No, sorry. Sausage, American cheese, crispy bacon, and then I'm going to go with either a Louisiana hot sauce, and then just go straight bun after that. Oh, then I have to have scrambled egg. I'm going to do scrambled egg, of course.
Do you like the McGriddles?
It's been so long since I've had those, but McGriddles are the ones that have the syrup in the. Yeah.
I think that would be like an underrated thing. Like they sold at like the grocery store.
That would be really good.
I know I'd be all for it.
I used to eat a lot of breakfast food. Okay, so since we're talking about breakfast food, what's your favorite fast food breakfast place?
Or
TV, probably.
Actually, McDonald's.
Yeah. I would say McDonald's is probably the most common, most frequent stuff that I would have. But the reason why I asked is because you mentioned the croissant, and I feel like the Burger King has a really good croissant sandwich.
I've never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I do love Taco Bell's breakfast because it's easy. It's all wrapped up. If I find myself going to McDonald's more, that could also just be that it's closer to where I'm going.
Sure. But the hash browns just slap.
The hash browns slap at Taco Bell too.
Do that.
It's like the same thing, but crispier.
I would really my go-to was a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin with 2 hash browns back in the day. That was my thing.
I like the big breakfast.
What's that? Is that the one that comes in like an actual entree plate?
Yeah. Nope. So then you can do it with or without hotcakes.
Would you get the hotcakes?
I normally don't, just because then I'm like too full.
Yeah.
I'll do. So it's eggs, a sausage patty, and a biscuit.
Ooh.
and a hash brown.
Does the biscuit come with the gravy?
You know, it comes with jelly.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I like jelly. Great. Strawberry.
It's
variety.
whatever they give you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
Great.
Yeah. Okay, so still on the food topic. I just housed my 20 pizza rolls.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I housed them. I didn't eat it all today for this reason. So I'm really excited about that.
I still have 9. Unless I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go on, count.
Yeah, well, take your time. You can finish them. But okay, so we're gonna create a snack box. Okay, So you're obviously always been really good about like coming up with bringing jerky.
I do that, yeah.
You know, so I want you.
You're just bad about eating.
It's weird sometimes. Like I get so like I don't want to. I'm like I'm just full. Like I don't need it. But then sometimes I'm like I need something. Otherwise, I might have a BF. You know.
Well, if I get busy, then I tend not to eat. But I'm like, well, I could definitely eat.
Sure.
On the golf course.
So you get to create your own snack box. Okay, so it can consist of whatever you want, but it's for if you were to go play golf and then give it to. So if you had your own and gave it to someone else, what would that snack box consist of?
Like, what are we talking?
It could be anything. You could have a sandwich in there. You could be a granola bar. You could have a Powerade in there. It's like one of those like foldable, like almost cardboard, cool little boxes to go, kind of like a KFC little box.
Okay.
So it's like a snack box, but I want you to put anything and everything you want in that box. Could even be some chapstick because I need chapstick.
I'm not thinking for you. I gotta pay the park. Cool, done. Not gonna get towed today.
Not today.
So is this like something in the afternoon?
You can make this box however you want.
So if we're
more of an afternoon person anyway when it comes to golf. So yeah.
So if we're gonna do a snack box, I'm gonna avoid candy.
Okay.
Because it's gonna melt.
Smart thinking.
My go-to drink. I guess if we're doing a snack box, give me a bottle of the Arnold Palmer from Arizona.
Yep. Like it.
I think I would do a sandwich, just like ham, cheese, lettuce, mayo, mustard.
Okay.
Fuck it, bacon. It's my sandwich.
It's your sandwich. It's your snack box.
Pickles. Yeah, that's a sandwich, all right.
Yeah.
And you can't have a sandwich and a drink without chips.
I was just gonna say, what's your flavor? What are we doing?
Cheetos.
Regular?
Yeah.
Cheetos are so good.
Oh, so
gosh, I love Cheetos.
And then I guess if we're doing all that, we're going to do a dessert. Controversial take. We're doing an oatmeal cream pie.
Oh yeah, that is a little controversial.
Those are so good.
I used to really like those, and they're okay. But
that
your snack box.
Yeah, that or we'll do like a Swiss roll.
Okay,
but those melts. That's the thing.
Yeah,
oatmeal cream pies don't melt; they get better.
Were you ever a big fan of the cosmic brownies?
Damn right I was.
Yeah, those are so good. I love those.
So good.
Okay, so I like that box.
It's a pretty solid box.
It is very solid.
It's pretty affordable.
Very affordable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with going back to melting, which isn't ideal, but I'm gonna go peanut M&Ms because that's always just a nice little snack. Typically, they sell those at the golf course. They're cold, so I'm just gonna say that I just got them out of the freezer and put them in this box. So I'm gonna go with those. I'm building my own box. So frozen or cold peanut M&Ms is definitely gonna be my dessert. I'm gonna do a granola bar, probably peanut butter or oats and honey. Those
I like the peanut butter one because they always have that thin layer of peanut butter around them.
That's kind of my go-to.
Those are good.
So I'm gonna definitely do that. And then I would do like a what is the Jimmy John? I don't really eat at Jimmy John's a whole lot, but they have like a certain like sandwich where it's just like two different meats and then a cheese. Very plain, but it's like the torpedo or something. It's like a smaller.
I don't know. I went to Jimmy John's for lunch today.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I was on my mind. I'm like, why did Jimmy John's come to my mind? I don't even eat Jimmy John's very often.
I don't know. I always get the number 17.
Okay. So I think what I would do is something like the Wreck from
Potbellies.
Yes. So you're gonna do like it doesn't matter. It could be an oat grain type of bread.
See, I was thinking like I could do something like Jersey Mike's, like I would do the club sub.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking disaster. I can't imagine eating that in a golf cart.
Yeah, that might be a little
No, a
issue.
little much. Yeah.
Dom, you ready to hear your next shot? And he's just got friggin'
I'm covered in like oil, and the golf club goes flying.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like a wreck sandwich. I think it's got like what salami. It's got
Ham, cheese. It's toasted.
Toasted. Yep. I
Yeah.
put typically an avocado in there with some mushrooms. That would be good. And then for my bag of chips, I don't know why, but I really like Cheetos, but I really like a dill pickle chip. So I think I'm gonna do like a kettle cooked dill pickle chip.
I need to amend mine when you're done.
Okay. And then so chips, sandwich, granola bar, peanut M&Ms. But I love that Dom always, I don't say always, but sometimes you bring a little pack of beef jerky. So I think beef jerky always is a good option. And then I'm probably going to go with a bottle of water and then a blue Powerade. Go with Gatorade. Although I do like the Frost Clear because it doesn't change my color of my face. You know, like the red, like the red or the blue. Like
no, because I know how to drink out of a bottle.
It's like you're just, no. I'm saying like not my outer face, like your tongue and your gums like change like to blue or red.
Oh, I never noticed. I don't see my own tongue or my gums.
Well, when I smile, and then all of a sudden like, dude, are you bleeding? Like, nope, I just drank a Gatorade.
I don't smile.
So I'm gonna do Frost Gatorade.
So you did 2 drinks.
Yeah.
I need to add a passion fruit nooner to mine.
That is one thing you missed is a nooner.
A nice cold nooner.
And hey, let me do mine. I gotta redo mine too. I'm gonna have a Surly Furious, but I'm gonna wait till the after 18th, and then I'm gonna drink that Surly Furious if it's cold. There's an extremely annoying dog right now barking, so I apologize if you can hear that thing.
Yeah, it's your dog.
No, it's not my dog.
This is your dog.
It's not the barking.
Well, she's growling.
What's this to that dog? She actually wants some pizza rolls, but yeah, that's kind of all I have. We don't really have a whole lot going on today. I will be out of town next week, so I will not be on the next episode. But we have a very exciting guest.
Or guests.
Or a guest.
I guess I don't know.
I'm excited. I'm really bummed that I'm going to miss this one because I really do enjoy this brand. So I think it'll be fun. Is there anything that you might want to add?
Jesus Christ. No.
No. Is there anything that like other than like this breakfast sandwich and the food the box, is there anything that you would want to add?
No. I'm still kind of upset about my counting abilities, to be honest.
With your pizza rolls?
Yeah.
Well, there's always next time.
That's true.
And we'll have mini corn dogs.
I almost picked up dino nuggets.
Dino nuggets. I'm gonna add those in a minute. Those are good.
I almost, because obviously, I went to Target and I texted him like, hey, I can't find mini corn dogs. Right next to him, dino nuggets.
Those with some barbecue sauce.
Buffalo sauce.
Buffalo. And if you guys, whoever is watching, I apologize if you watch us eat food, but if you guys have any other competitions and different type of food options, let us know.
Within reason, right?
Within reason. Yeah, we don't want...
Right, like we're not going to sit here and eat like fish.
No, we're not doing no filet-o-fishes here.
I mean, I would.
I
had a really good one last night from Culver's.
Is it cod from Culver's?
Yeah, it was really good.
And I managed not to spill my new shirt, so I'm happy with that. Donovan shirt is really cool.
Oh yeah.
You can go ahead and if you want to give him a little shout out, go ahead and give him a little love.
Black Ball Golf, baby.
Heck yeah, super sick shirt. New drop, just released last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Excited for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy the pizza roll contest, and maybe we do like a chicken nugget one with the dino nuggets next time.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like dino nuggets.
If you have any suggestions or recommendations, send us a DM. Let us know.
Is this how we start doing mukbangs?
Oh gosh, don't even get me started with the mukbangs.
I don't think I can eat enough.
No, I'm not a big mukbang fan.
I can't eat a lot of food at once. I got nervous. I got stage fright.
I didn't. Clearly, I know those. So, and I'm happy about it. So, all right. Well, hey guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll look forward to talking to you. Not next week, me personally, but
I mean, I'll be here.
But not out.
I'll be here. I'm always here.
See ya.
Bye.